Good morning, it's Deb Watson with another free lesson. To download the outline page or see the online lesson, please visit watsonwatercolor.com. With this sweet card, feel free to add your own personal touches. You could turn this into a green pine tree, add some red berries, add more snow. There's many ways that this would make a great card. I'm starting with the background. I want a blue-gray background, lighter at the top and darker at the bottom. For a nice gray, try mixing a blue with a brown. Test it on scrap paper until you get a mix that you like. I mix a puddle of light gray and one of dark gray. For a smooth background, you can wet the paper first or just start painting. I'm going to wet the paper around the birds in the top section so I can take my time painting around all those details. I drip off any excess water and start painting with the light gray. As I work my way down, I try to mix in some of the dark gray so it gets a little darker as I go down the page. Then I switch back to the dark blue-gray for the bottom. Last, I mix some green gold or yellow with my dark blue and make a dark green. And while the bottom is still wet, I add a few trees. I dab some of my dark blue right into the green for variety, and then dry the background well. For the bear tree, use the same blue and brown, but this time use more brown and it'll give you a warmer gray color. An easy way to add interest to a light-colored tree is to paint in some light and some dark. And then, while it's still wet, just touch in some clean water to create blooms. It's a great effect and easy to do. Finally, we're getting to the birds. For the female cardinal's feathers, use raw sienna, or if you don't have that, just mix your brown and yellow to make that color. The lighter feathers are brown, some are kind of a golden brown, and some have a little bit of red. In the reference photo, you can see that the head is a darker brown with some red. The body is more golden brown on the left and darker on the right wing side. And the tail is also fairly dark reddish brown. If you like detail, you can add some small brush strokes to indicate feathers, or just go with the color. Cardinal beaks are a bright reddish orange. Last, put in the distinctive black around the eye and beak. The eye and the black merge together. If you want them separate, you can leave a thin line between the eye and the black feathers, or you can put it in with a white pen later. For the male cardinal, red is difficult to get a value change, so use black or gray to paint on some of the shadows and detail before you start the red. When the black or gray is dry, just paint your red on top. and then dry it well and add the black around the eyes. Evaluating my composition, I decide to add some shading to the snow and darken the bottom of the tree. Shading and detail aren't that necessary for a card if your colors are good, but you can add falling snow. I have a new screen here that's supposed to be good for spattering. You paint the color on the screen and then blow through it so the spattered color goes on your painting. Seems like a lot of work to me. I like to just load a brush with white and tap it on my finger. If you get too many spatters or too big of spatters, you can try wiping it off or dry it and paint back over it. To add a message at the top of your card, you can use a stencil or add it on your computer. You can make your own cards from home or have them printed at most of the copy places. Happy painting!